Hello, thank you for tuning in to this section of reads. These readings are always valid for whenever you come to them. This is on YouTube channel James13 Wicca, just in case it's floating around somewhere else. That's where it's supposed to be. The card information and the dice, all that's down below if you're interested in what I'm using for these readings. I'm also, if you're near Herkimer, New York, I am doing in-person readings at Renewed and Rescued. Email me for details if you want an appointment. Thank you very much to those of you who've already reached out. I appreciate it. That's all I really have for this part. Besides that, if you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email, same information. Thank you very much for watching, and let's go ahead and get into your reading. Hello, Sagittarius. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Sagittarius? Do we agree with the information coming our way? That's a good question. Do we? We're going to do double cards? Okay, I guess we are then. That's it. Do we agree with the information coming our way? Do we agree? It's slow. It's slow. Why is it so slow? Earth. There's a lot of Earth here. There's a lot of Earth. Earth tends to be slow, especially Sagittarius is a fire sign. Fire. Go, 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 go. Earth. Slow but sure. Earth can get going fast, but they slowly get up to it. It's like if you start a car, if you use a car as an example, fire is like from 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. Earth is kind of like, they'll get up to 60, but it might take them a half hour to get there. I'm just saying. It's just a comparison. So, there's a comparison. You got Earth, a lot of Earth here, like a lot. It's just fine. I feel like the reason it's kind of like giving me like a little bit of a stress energy is because that's not how fire works, and I'm just like, oh, okay. But if you agree with it and you believe this is correct, and that's like, all right, it's not about liking it, it's about that's what needs to do. That's what we need to do. This might be where you're standing. It's like, it's not about liking it. No, it's not even about that. It's about, this is what needs to be done. This is what will get us where we need to be. This is how things work out correctly. Then this is how we do it. Then that's just it. Then that's just it. I don't see you arguing the point. I feel like you're in alignment with, like, if it's going to take us a half hour to go from 0 to 60 miles an hour, but it's going to work right and we're going to get what we need out of it, then that's what we're going to do. And that's how it is. And I feel a very strong energy with Sagittarius, like, that's how we got to do it. It's not about liking it. It's not a factor here. Doesn't matter. This is what we need to do to get the outcome that we want. That's the like it I'm looking for. I'm looking for the outcome. That like it. That's the one that's important. The rest of it, it is what it is. This is how we got to do it. This is the path we got to take. Doesn't matter if I like this path. That's what we got to do. Then that's what we got to do. It's the outcome I'm looking for. Very strong energy. I feel like you're empowered in this moment. It may not have felt this way till fairly recently, where you felt empowered. Okay. Your energy is very positive. Very much like, this is what it is. This is what it is. I keep stepping back with this energy in the sense of like, I'm not willing to go down that road of like it or dislike it. I'm like, it's not going to matter. We got to do what we got to do. It's kind of like, you know, when you go to school, there's just some subjects, you're like, I want that degree, got to take this subject. Doesn't matter if I like it. If I want that degree, that's a part of the requirement, so here we go. That's how this feels. That's how this feels. There's been weird energy in the past. This seems to have moved away. I feel like if I look back on this, I used to be more optimistic. And now I'm just like, it just has to work out correctly. That's where I am now. It's like, I used to be more optimistic. At this point, that I'm like, This just has to work out correctly. That's it. That's all. That's all. I do feel there's something with bringing down your stress level is becoming more of a successful endeavor by not allowing yourself to think about, do I like this or not? This wouldn't work for every sign. This just wouldn't. So if this is hitting, this is specific for like literally your sign. I'm focusing my energy on what I can. If this is a job, for example, or it could be a family situation, whatever it is. When it comes to this situation, brass tacks, this is what it is. Do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And I'm not letting myself think about it. I'm just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Which is typically very monotonous and boring for a fire sign, but it's like, nope, not let myself even think about it. But I also, there might be other aspects. So like if this is a work situation, when I go home, that's when I get my squirrely energy going. That's when I balance it off and I'm just like, everything at home is fun. Well, not, you know what I mean? You have responsibilities, obviously. But anywhere I can put fun in, that's where it is. So it could be vice versa. It could be maybe this is a family situation or a social situation where it's like, gotta do it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This has to work out. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Not thinking about it, just doing it. And then when you go to work or something like that, then you're adding in as much fun as possible. You know, you're doing potlucks or you're going out for lunch. You're just allowing it to be fun and light. You're probably not telling people in that arena what's really going on in this other place because you're like, nope, because I don't want them bringing up the subject. That's not for them to bring up. This, maybe going to work is your escape. I've known people like that where they go to work to escape other things that are going a little bit more rough. It is what it is at this point. Your energy is going, you're doing well with it. This isn't the normal energy I expect for Sag, so I'm glad this is working. It's just not my normal, what I think Sag would do type thing. So I'm like, this is interesting. I feel like this is very interesting. As I'm pushing forward, I'm going to start seeing where it's starting to lighten up. I'm seeing where it's starting to lighten up. That's where this is coming in. And I feel like what's going to happen here is going to change unexpectedly. There's only so much you can do with this situation. The light is starting to show. The energy is starting to lift. It's still monotonous, but I don't see that bothering you at this point. Especially when the energy starts to lift. And then this shows up. You're just going to come to the point where you're done. Whatever needed to happen here has happened. I don't think I'm expecting that. Whatever it is that this is, you're expecting a long road. I think it's going to end a lot sooner than expected. The tower comes in, but like the rainbow blessings, is that what that is? This is one of the times the tower comes in. It's a shock. I was very used to this, doing this. I had accepted it. And now it's kind of like, it's done. And there might be a void there. That might be the actual tower for you. Kind of like there's a void. Like, I feel like I should still be working at this. And it may feel a little odd, like I feel like I should still be working at this, but it's not there anymore. Even if I wanted to do it, I can't do it. You don't have to handle that part by yourself, is what they're saying. There is support out there for this. Because I feel like I have a feeling of vacancy there. I feel like I have a feeling of vacancy there. Like it's just like something is missing. Which is ironic because I was working at it and it wasn't easy to do, and it wasn't about liking it, and I never let myself go down that road. And it might be very, like, when I look back, it might have been very difficult to stick with it, but you did. And now that it's missing, I hope that, I feel like this is alright. This is the analogy I'm getting. It's almost like somebody being really rotten to you and constantly being rotten, and you're taking care of them, and they're rotten to you, and they're rotten to you, but you take care of them, and you take care of them the same way. You just make sure everything works out, and they're rotten, and they're rotten, and then all of a sudden, that's not your job anymore for whatever reason. For whatever reason. And then it's kind of like the fact that nobody's here making me feel like crap. I feel like something is wrong because I got used to it. Other people are going to feel similar with this situation is what I'm getting. You are going to get the outcome you're looking for. The outcome is going to be okay. I feel like this is something you've probably gone through before, and you've probably solved before. You've probably found ways to solve this before. It's putting the situation in its place, emotionally working it out, and then going forward with what you want. When this situation ends, for some of you, you'll have a hard time accepting that it's done for whatever reason. And I keep feeling like it's not like it was enjoyable, but I just feel like I feel guilty accepting that it's over, whatever that is. I feel like there's been things like this in your past. They're saying, whatever you've done in the past to alleviate that energy, do that again. Some of you might be talking to some mental health professional. Others of you, it might be going on a trip with people you very much care about. Might be time alone. Might be binge watching a show or having a movie marathon all by yourself. Maybe going and renting a B&B somewhere all by yourself and just getting off connection from other people in your life and just, having some cake and pizza and whatever you want and binge watching a movie marathon and movies you love. To let your energy settle and let yourself connect back into your passions, because your passions are coming back. All that is, I feel like this is what they're trying to get to. Whatever's going on right now, you're working on something. It's something monotonous. It's something you feel like you must do, and you're very diligent at it. It's going to end sooner than you think. The problem is going to end sooner than you think. For some reason, that energy is not letting go. So it's realizing you've probably gone through this in your life before, where situations have ended, they just ended abruptly, and then you had a hard time accepting that that was over, and it kind of dragged on for maybe a few months, possibly years. And it's kind of like, how did you work through that last time? Was it a couple days of just being by yourself and just sorting out your energy and putting things in order for yourself? Was it talking to somebody, a professional? Possibly. Something like that. What was it? What did it for you? If none of that, if for some of you that it's kind of like, well, I don't know. If you're going, I don't know, there's some ideas to try. Talking to a professional, having a day to yourself, having a bowl of ice cream all by yourself, and having your movie marathon or whatever. If that makes you happy, if you're a reader, read. If you like to hike, go hiking. If you like to go on trips by yourself or with somebody you care about, do that. They're saying do something to mark the occasion in a positive way where you can release whatever was holding you, accept that it's gone, and allow yourself to return to your passions. Because it's like your passions are about to return. And if you're fighting it, well, not fighting it, but if you're struggling with accepting the change, which it's odd, but I feel like for some people this happens, it's all this time being sucked into like this feeling like I shouldn't be doing this, feeling like I should be doing these other things. I've seen some people where when they have this energy where they feel like I'm not allowed to be happy yet. I feel like that's the best way I can describe it. Like, I'm not allowed to be happy yet. They constantly find things to do that are chores. Like maybe they're like washing down, the attic or something, or they're going through and they're helping people that aren't that nice to them. Like, I've seen people search people out who are not that nice to them just so they can get that fixed and feel like they're still in that energy. They feel like they're still doing something purposeful. They don't need to do that, but they feel this weird void. Like, if I'm feeling good about myself, or I feel like I have time for myself, I feel bad about that. So they find ways to fill that void with other things that they don't need to be doing. You're meant to go into a period of prosperity. You're meant to let your passions come back. It's very important. It's important for the world. Your energy, when you're feeling good and you're very passionate, that bleeds off into other people and brings other people's energy up. You're meant to be happy every now and then. You suffering extra does not help the world. It does not. You should be happy. a good thing for you to be happy. Allow yourself to be happy. You being happy brings other people's energy up. So keep that in mind. That's what this whole thing was about. Accepting the change and allowing yourself to be happy. I feel like that's what the whole thing's about. All right, I'm going to shut it down here. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.